Self-loathing is created when an earlier trauma technique of the cult has been suppressed and buried into the subconscious mind instead of being confronted, dealt with, and healed directly. Such trauma could take the form of feelings of inadequacy, whether real, suggested, or imagined. And that brings us to parental abandonment. That's what's creating those feelings of inadequacy. See, this image is what's known as a golem, a being that isn't actually imbued with a soul but can perform rote behaviors. And it's holding this sign that says, I have suffered, and therefore I shall cause suffering. And that is the path to slavery. That is the mindset of the perfect slave. Anyone who wants to just continue to inflict harm and suffering just because they've gone through harm and suffering themselves is putting themselves into a deeper prison. The only thing that can ever heal self-loathing is self-respect. The word respect itself comes from the Latin prefix re, meaning again, and the Latin verb spectare, meaning to look at. Only self-respect can heal self-loathing and therefore help to put an order follower on the path to conscience. Working with the shadow material of the self is some of the most difficult work one can ever do, and that's why most people turn around and run away from it 1,000,000 miles an hour in the opposite direction. Because looking in that mirror is the most difficult place to look. And when I got out of the cult that I was involved in, it took long, hard hours of self-introspection and what seemed like endless days of suffering that would never end. Because I had to keep delving into that shadow material and working with it and saying, hey, you caused this. You're part of this condition. You're part of the continuation of this evil. And you have to change what's going on in here and here if anything out there is going to change. And most people don't want to do that work. That's what real respect is about. That's when I finally developed self-respect. It means to take another look at yourself. That's what you're respecting, looking at again, the self. All of these psychological conditions, willful ignorance, self-loathing, refusal to accept personal responsibility, it all comes down to the being is still acting at an inner level like the abandoned child because they did not receive the support from their parents, from their community, etc. And they're looking to the cult belief system as the proxy parent that they never really had fully developed. That relationship was never fully, truly developed. Which is why this connects so deeply in with Len and Honor's work, I can't even tell you. Conscious parenting. Good parenting is so big a part of the solution. You know? It's all about ending the abuse victim cycle that is so much a huge part of cult behavior.